I love the work around identity. Identity is the way that you think about yourself. And the challenge for most people is that their identity is often formed based on past experiences or how others think of them. So we take on those past experiences or those thoughts that others have about us from the past, or even how they might reflect our future, and then we embody that identity as if it was our own. So for example, I grew up and heard a lot of messages about not being handy or not being an entrepreneur. I was highly encouraged to go to school to study accounting. So guess what? I went to business school and I studied accounting. Then I went into the Army and then corporate America. But when I truly discovered who I wanted to become, I crafted my identity not based on my job, not based on my past experiences, and not based on messages I heard throughout all of my life. I created my identity based on my future self. And guess what? That future self is always changing, so it's work that we have to continually do. It's time to break through the old rules that you have about yourself and to start crafting your identity not based on who you are today, but based on who you want to become. So today we're going to go through an exercise based on some work by Marshall Goldsmith. And I had the good fortune of writing a book with Marshall Goldsmith called Stakeholder-Centered Coaching, Maximizing Your Impact as a Coach. And the exercise that we're going to go through is in his book, Mojo, if you're interested in reading more about that. And we got permission from Marshall to use this tool. And inside of this tool, you're going to notice two different dimensions. There's a future versus past dimension. There's an others versus self dimension. And when those two dimensions come together, they create four quadrants. In the lower right, the remembered identity. Lower left, reflected identity. In the upper left, programmed identity. And in the upper right, created identity. So your opportunity is to reflect on the questions that accompany each of these quadrants. The remembered identity are positive and negative experiences that we hold on to. So they're from the past and from our self perspective. In the lower left side is the reflected identity, from the past and from others' perspectives. So it's what others remember of you and remind you of, sometimes pulling us back into our past. In the upper left, it's our future identity, but based on others' points of view. These are messages others send of you, who you are or who you will become. They're often influenced by culture, profession, colleagues, and others. And then the upper right quadrant, the created identity, this is the quadrant that I love the most. This is the identity that you decide to create for yourself. It's not controlled by your past, and it's not controlled by other people. All right, there's a lot of reflective work to do in this module. Get started now and let me know how it goes.